Today, we're diving into a topic that shapes our experiences, influences our decisions, and ultimately crafts our destiny: self-confidence. Self-confidence isn't merely a personality trait, it's a state of being, a way of thinking, and a matter of energy. It all starts with a single thought. Thoughts are powerful, they're electric. They send signals out into the world, defining who we believe ourselves to be. But here's the truth. Most of us are recycling old thoughts, playing the same mental tapes that keep us stuck in cycles of doubt and fear. Thoughts are the foundation of our reality. Every experience we live through, every success we achieve, and every setback we face first begins as a thought. Our minds are constantly generating ideas, perceptions, and interpretations of the world around us. These thoughts shape our beliefs, influence our decisions, and ultimately determine our destiny. But here's the key. Thoughts are not merely passive reflections of reality. They are powerful forces of creation. When we understand this, we gain the ability to consciously direct our lives. Neuroscience has shown that repeated thoughts create neural pathways in the brain. Just like a well-trodden path in a forest, the more we think a certain way, the more ingrained that pattern becomes. If we constantly think thoughts of doubt and fear, we strengthen those neural circuits, making it easier to default to those emotions. Conversely, by intentionally focusing on empowering thoughts, we can rewire our brains for confidence and success. This isn't just positive thinking, it's biology. We have the power to reshape our neural networks through the deliberate choice of thought. Thoughts are electric. They send signals throughout our bodies, influencing our emotional states. Every thought releases chemicals in the brain. Positive thoughts trigger the release of dopamine and serotonin, while negative thoughts can flood the body with stress hormones like cortisol. These chemicals don't just affect our mood, they impact our health, our energy levels, and even our immune system. By choosing thoughts that uplift and empower us, we are not only shaping our mindset, but also influencing our physical well-being. The power of thoughts extends beyond the mind and body. Thoughts are vibrational energy. They radiate out into the world, influencing the experiences and people we attract. When we consistently think thoughts of lack or unworthiness, we emit a frequency that draws in circumstances that match that vibration. But when we align our thoughts with abundance, confidence, and gratitude, we become magnets for positive experiences. This is not just metaphysics, this is the law of resonance. We receive what we broadcast. Visualization is a powerful tool for harnessing the power of thoughts. When we vividly imagine ourselves succeeding, our brains fire the same neurons as if we were actually living that experience. This mental rehearsal conditions our minds and bodies to believe in our potential. Athletes, performers, and successful leaders have long used visualization to enhance their performance. By mentally practicing confidence, we prepare ourselves to naturally embody it in real-life situations. Our thoughts create a blueprint that our reality follows. However, the power of thoughts can work both ways. If left unchecked, habitual negative thinking can create a cycle of self-doubt and fear. Our minds are incredibly suggestible, and the narratives we repeat become our beliefs. This is why it's crucial to become conscious of our internal dialogue. By observing and redirecting our thoughts, we reclaim our power. We are not victims of our thinking, we are the creators. When we master our thoughts, we master our lives. The human brain is remarkably adaptable. This capability is known as neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. Contrary to the old belief that our brains become fixed after a certain age, modern neuroscience shows that we can rewire our minds at any stage. Every thought, every experience, and every emotion contributes to this process. This means we are not prisoners of our past thinking patterns. We have the power to reshape them. This is the foundation of personal transformation and growth. Neural pathways are like trails in a forest. The more we use a particular pathway by repeatedly thinking or feeling a certain way, the more ingrained that pathway becomes. This is why habits and automatic responses feel so natural. They are simply well-worn neural circuits. But just as paths in a forest can grow over if unused, Neural pathways can weaken when we stop reinforcing them. This gives us the ability to unlearn negative patterns and replace them with empowering ones. By choosing new thoughts and behaviors, we create new pathways that can override the old ones. The process of rewiring the brain begins with awareness. We must first observe our habitual thoughts and behaviors without judgment. This conscious awareness disrupts the automatic cycle and creates a space for change. When we catch ourselves thinking limiting thoughts like, "I'm not good enough," or "I always fail," we can consciously choose to replace them with empowering alternatives. This interruption weakens the old pathway while simultaneously building a new one. The more consistently we do this, the stronger the new pathway becomes. Emotion plays a crucial role in rewiring the brain. Neuroscience shows that thoughts paired with strong emotions are more likely to become ingrained. This is why traumatic memories are vivid and why exciting experiences are unforgettable. We can use this to our advantage by consciously generating positive emotions when thinking new thoughts. For example, visualizing a successful outcome while feeling gratitude or excitement reinforces the new neural pattern. The brain registers this as a powerful experience, solidifying the pathway faster and more deeply. Mental rehearsal is another powerful tool for rewiring the brain. When we vividly imagine ourselves acting with confidence or achieving our goals, our brains activate the same neural circuits as if we were physically performing those actions. This practice primes our mind and body for success. Repeated visualization not only builds new neural pathways, but also creates a sense of familiarity, reducing fear and hesitation. By mentally practicing who we want to become, we accelerate the process of becoming it. Our brain doesn't distinguish between real and imagined experiences. It only responds to the signals we give it. Consistency is key to rewiring the brain. Just as building physical muscle requires regular exercise, strengthening new neural pathways demands repetition. It's not enough to think positively once or twice. We must practice these new thoughts, feelings, and behaviors daily. This consistency eventually makes the new patterns automatic, replacing the old habits. Through persistent and deliberate effort, we can reprogram our brains, changing not only how we think, but also how we perceive ourselves and the world around us. Our emotional state is a powerful driver of our identity. How we feel consistently shapes how we see ourselves and the world around us. Emotions are not just reactions. They are signals that reinforce our beliefs and self-emotion. If we frequently feel anxious or insecure, we begin to identify as anxious or insecure people. Conversely, when we cultivate emotions like confidence, gratitude, and joy, we start to see ourselves as capable and worthy. Our identity is built from the emotions we repeatedly experience. Emotions and thoughts are deeply interconnected. A thought triggers an emotion, and that emotion influences the next thought, creating a feedback loop. For example, thinking "I am not good enough" generates feelings of inadequacy, which then lead to more self-doubt. This cycle solidifies a limited identity. However, by consciously choosing new thoughts like "I am capable" or "I am growing," we initiate new emotional states that build a more empowering self-promote. This is how we break the cycle and redefine who we believe ourselves to be. Biochemically, emotions are powerful. When we feel an emotion, our brains release neurotransmitters and hormones that flood our bodies. Positive emotions, such as joy and confidence, release dopamine and serotonin, which not only make us feel good, but also enhance cognitive function and motivation. On the other hand, emotions like fear and shame trigger cortisol and adrenaline, activating the body's stress response. When we remain in negative emotional states, we condition our bodies to live in survival mode, limiting our creativity and potential. Over time, repeated emotional states become ingrained as personality traits. If someone repeatedly feels overwhelmed, they begin to identify as a stressed person. Similarly, consistent feelings of joy and confidence lead to an identity of optimism and self-assurance. Our emotional patterns shape our behaviors and decisions, influencing how we engage with opportunities and challenges. By consciously choosing our emotional state, We influence our behaviors, and in doing so, we reshape our identity. We are not fixed beings, we are dynamic and constantly evolving. Changing our emotional state requires awareness and intention. The first step is to recognize our emotional habits and how they influence our self-perception. Most people live unconsciously, reacting to situations without questioning their emotional responses. But when we become aware of these patterns, we gain the power to change them. By intentionally generating elevated emotions like gratitude, love, and excitement, we can override old emotional habits. This conscious shift changes our vibrational state and redefines our identity from the inside out. One of the most effective ways to cultivate new emotional states is through visualization and embodiment. When we visualize ourselves as confident, successful, or joyful, and truly feel those emotions in our bodies, we begin to embody that version of ourselves. This practice rewires our brain, creating new neural pathways associated with the desired emotional state. Over time, this emotional rehearsal changes our internal chemistry and solidifies a new identity. We become who we repeatedly choose to be, emotionally and energetically. Limiting beliefs are mental constructs that hold us back from reaching our full potential. These beliefs are not truths. They are perceptions we've accepted as reality, often formed through past experiences, societal conditioning, or repeated negative thoughts. Phrases like, "I'm not smart enough," "I'll never succeed," or "I don't deserve happiness," are examples of limiting beliefs that shape our identity and influence our actions. These internal narratives act as invisible barriers, dictating what we think we can or cannot achieve. These beliefs are deeply embedded in our subconscious mind. From a young age, we absorb information from our environment, parents, teachers, peers, and culture. If a child is repeatedly told they are not good at something, they internalize this as part of their identity. Even a single negative experience, if emotionally intense, can create a belief that becomes a mental filter through which future experiences are interpreted. As a result, we begin to look for evidence to support these limiting beliefs, reinforcing them over time. Neurologically, limiting beliefs form through repeated thought patterns that create strong neural connections. Each time we think, "I can't do this," we strengthen that neural pathway, making it easier to think that way again in the future. This is how habits of thought are formed. The brain becomes wired to operate within the boundaries of these beliefs, limiting our creativity, confidence, and potential. But just as these pathways were created, they can be changed. Through conscious effort, we can weaken old patterns and build new ones that empower us. The first step in breaking limiting beliefs is awareness. We must identify the beliefs that are holding us back. This requires honest introspection and a willingness to question our mental narratives. One powerful method is to examine the areas in our lives where we feel stuck or dissatisfied and trace those feelings back to the underlying belief. For example, if we feel unworthy of success, we must uncover the root thought: "I am not good enough." By bringing these beliefs into conscious awareness, we take the first step toward dismantling them. Challenging limiting beliefs involves questioning their validity. Are they facts or merely perceptions? Who would we be without these beliefs? By analyzing the origins of these thoughts and recognizing them as stories we've been telling ourselves, we begin to detach from them. Reframing is a powerful tool in this process. Instead of saying, "I always fail," we can reframe it to, "I learn from my challenges and grow stronger." This shift changes our focus from limitation to possibility, weakening the old belief and planting the seeds of a new one. To fully break free from limiting beliefs, we must replace them with empowering alternatives. Affirmations, visualization, and mental rehearsal are effective techniques. By repeatedly affirming positive beliefs like "I am capable," "I deserve success," or "I am worthy of love," we begin to rewire our neural networks. Visualization helps by allowing us to see ourselves living out the new belief, which conditions the brain and body to accept it as reality. Consistency is key. The more we practice these new thoughts and emotions, the stronger the new neural pathways become. ultimately transforming our self-identity. Visualization and mental rehearsal are powerful tools that bridge the gap between thought and reality. By vividly imagining ourselves achieving our goals, we activate the same neural circuits as if we were physically performing those actions. This mental practice prepares our minds and bodies for success, making it easier to take real-world action. When we visualize with clarity and emotion, we program our subconscious mind to believe that the desired outcome is not only possible, but inevitable. This process conditions us to act with confidence and purpose. The science behind visualization lies in the brain's inability to distinguish between real and imagined experiences. When we imagine ourselves succeeding, whether it's giving a powerful speech, excelling in a sport, or confidently navigating a challenging situation, our brains fire the same neurons as if we were actually experiencing it. This repeated activation strengthens neural connections, creating a mental blueprint that guides our behavior. This is why athletes, performers, and high achievers use visualization as a core part of their training. They mentally rehearse victory before they physically achieve it. Effective visualization goes beyond mere daydreaming. It involves engaging all the senses to create a vivid and realistic mental experience. The more detailed the visualization, the more the brain believes it to be real. This means not only seeing the outcome, but also hearing the sounds, feeling the physical sensations, and even experiencing the emotions associated with success. For example, if visualizing a public speaking event, imagine the audience's applause, feel the confidence in your posture, and experience the excitement of delivering your message powerfully. This multi-sensory approach creates a deep neural imprint. Emotions are a critical component of visualization. The brain responds strongly to emotionally charged experiences, storing them as powerful memories. By generating positive emotions like excitement, gratitude, and joy during visualization, we enhance the effectiveness of mental rehearsal. These elevated emotions send signals to the body, triggering the release of feel-good neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. This not only reinforces the mental image, but also conditions the body to expect success. When the mind and body are aligned through emotion, we move confidently towards our goals. Mental rehearsal is especially useful for overcoming challenges and fears. When we visualize ourselves successfully navigating difficult situations, whether it's handling rejection, overcoming self-doubt, or staying calm under pressure, we desensitize our minds to fear. This reduces anxiety and increases resilience. The brain becomes familiar with the scenario, making it easier to respond with confidence when faced with the real situation. This practice reprograms our automatic responses, allowing us to act from a place of empowerment rather than fear. Consistency is key to effective visualization and mental rehearsal. Just as physical practice builds muscle memory, regular mental practice strengthens neural pathways. It's not enough to visualize once and expect results. The more frequently and vividly we engage in mental rehearsal, the more deeply ingrained the new pattern becomes. Over time, this rewires our brain, reshaping our self-image and influencing our behaviors. By consistently visualizing success, we transform our mindset, align our actions, and ultimately create the reality we desire. Everything in the universe, including our thoughts, emotions, and bodies, operates at a specific frequency. Science has shown that all matter is composed of vibrating energy, constantly in motion. This means that we as human beings are not just physical entities, but energetic beings, influencing and interacting with the world through our vibrational frequency. The energy we emit is determined by our emotions, beliefs, and mental focus, shaping the experiences and opportunities that unfold in our lives. When we understand this, we realize that we have the power to shift our reality by shifting our energy. Our emotional states directly impact our vibrational frequency. Feelings of gratitude, love, joy, and confidence create high-frequency energy, while emotions like fear, anger, doubt, and stress lower our vibration. When we consistently experience lower vibrational states, we align with circumstances and people that reflect those same energies. This is why negative thought patterns often attract more negativity, creating cycles of struggle and limitation. But when we elevate our emotional state, we naturally attract higher quality experiences, relationships, and opportunities that resonate with that elevated frequency. Thoughts are electric and emotions are magnetic. Every thought we think sends an electrical signal into the field, and the emotion attached to that thought draws experiences back to us. When we think empowering thoughts but feel doubt or fear, the frequency of the emotion overrides the thought, creating resistance. This is why simply thinking positively without aligning emotionally often fails to create real change. To shift our vibration, we must not only change our thoughts, but also embody the feelings that match the reality we desire. Our energetic state influences the people and environments we attract. Have you ever noticed how some people radiate confidence and seem to effortlessly draw success into their lives, while others struggle with constant setbacks? This is not luck, it's energy. When we emit high-frequency energy, we resonate with people, circumstances, and events that match that vibration. This is why surrounding ourselves with positive influences, engaging in uplifting conversations, and practicing gratitude can dramatically shift our external reality. Energy is contagious, and we are always transmitting and receiving frequencies from those around us. One of the most powerful ways to elevate our vibration is through mindfulness and intentional practices. Meditation, breath work, visualization, and movement all help to shift stagnant energy and raise our frequency. Gratitude is particularly effective because it immediately aligns our energy with abundance rather than lack. When we focus on what we appreciate, we send a signal to the universe that we are in a state of receiving, attracting more experiences that reinforce those positive emotions. These practices rewire our nervous system, shifting us from survival mode to a state of creation. The key to mastering our energy and vibration lies in consistency. Just as physical fitness requires regular exercise, energetic alignment demands daily commitment. The more we consciously choose thoughts, emotions, and actions that elevate our frequency, the more natural this state becomes. Over time, our energetic signature transforms, and with it, the reality we experience. When we learn to manage our energy with awareness and intention, we no longer react to life, we create it. Present moment awareness is the practice of fully experiencing the here and now, without judgment or distraction. It is the art of grounding oneself in the present, free from the regrets of the past and the anxieties of the future. In this state, the mind becomes clear, focused, and receptive. Most people spend their lives oscillating between memories and projections, rarely inhabiting the present moment where life actually unfolds. By cultivating awareness of the now, we open ourselves to deeper clarity, creativity, and inner peace. The mind is naturally restless, constantly generating thoughts that pull us away from the present. We replay past experiences, worrying about what we should have done differently, or we project into the future, imagining scenarios that may never happen. This mental chatter consumes our energy and clouds our perception. However, when we consciously bring our attention back to the present, we break free from this cycle. We realize that the past is gone and the future is merely a possibility shaped by our current actions and mindset. Our emotional states are deeply influenced by our level of present moment awareness. When we dwell on past regrets or future fears, we generate emotions like guilt, anxiety, or stress. But in the present moment, these emotions lose their power because they are rooted in time-bound thoughts. By focusing on the here and now, we reconnect with our breath, our senses, and our surroundings. This grounding effect calms the nervous system, reduces stress hormones, and enhances emotional resilience. Peace is found not by changing our circumstances, but by changing our state of awareness. Present moment awareness is also the key to breaking habitual thought patterns. Our subconscious mind operates on autopilot. repeating the same thoughts and behaviors that define our identity. When we become fully present, we interrupt these automatic responses, creating a gap between stimulus and reaction. In that space, we gain the power to consciously choose new thoughts and actions. This is how we break free from limiting beliefs and conditioned behaviors. Awareness is the first step to transformation because we cannot change what we are unaware of. Creativity and intuition thrive in the present moment. When we are fully engaged with the now, our minds become open and receptive. Ideas flow effortlessly because we are not distracted by past failures or future doubts. Artists, inventors, and visionaries often describe moments of inspiration when they lose track of time, fully absorbed in their craft. This state, known as flow, occurs when we are completely present. By practicing present moment awareness, we cultivate this state more frequently, enhancing our creativity and problem-solving abilities. Cultivating present moment awareness requires practice and patience. Mindfulness techniques such as meditation, deep breathing, and conscious observation help anchor our attention in the now. By regularly practicing mindfulness, we strengthen our ability to remain present, even in challenging situations. Over time, this practice rewires our brain, increasing our capacity for focus, compassion, and inner peace. We learn to observe our thoughts and emotions without being controlled by them. In this state of awareness, we access our true power and potential. Action is the bridge between intention and manifestation. It is not enough to merely think positively or visualize our desires. We must take deliberate action to bring them into reality. This is where true transformation occurs. When we align our actions with our intentions, we signal to the universe and to our subconscious mind that we are committed to change. This commitment generates momentum, breaking through inertia and resistance. Each step forward reinforces our new identity, moving us closer to the person we aspire to become. Transformation requires consistent and purposeful action. It is easy to feel inspired in the moment, but real change happens through sustained effort. This means showing up even when motivation wanes or challenges arise. It is in these moments of discomfort and uncertainty that growth occurs. By pushing through resistance, we expand our comfort zone and build resilience. Every small action accumulates, creating a compounding effect that leads to significant transformation over time. Success is not achieved through one grand gesture, but through consistent daily actions. The quality of our actions is determined by our mindset and emotional state. When we act out of fear, doubt, or scarcity, our efforts are tainted by resistance and hesitation. Conversely, when we take action from a place of confidence, passion, and purpose, we create powerful momentum. This is why aligning our emotional state with our goals is crucial. By cultivating elevated emotions like gratitude, excitement, and certainty, we infuse our actions with positive energy. This alignment accelerates the manifestation of our desires as energy and intention move in harmony. Bold and decisive action breaks the cycle of overthinking and procrastination. Many people remain stuck because they wait for the perfect moment or seek guarantees of success before taking the first step. But transformation requires courage and faith. When we act decisively, we shatter the illusions of fear and self-doubt. We realize that progress is made through learning and adapting, not through perfection. Each step, no matter how imperfect, builds confidence and provides valuable feedback. The courage to begin is the foundation of all transformation. Taking action not only changes our external circumstances, but also transforms our self-image. When we consistently follow through on our intentions, we begin to see ourselves as capable, reliable, and powerful. This shift in identity reinforces our confidence and strengthens our resolve. We no longer identify with our past limitations or failures. Instead, we embody the version of ourselves who takes action, learns from setbacks, and continues to grow. This new self-emotive then influences our future actions, creating a positive feedback loop of growth and achievement. True transformation involves aligning our actions with a higher purpose. When our goals are connected to something greater than ourselves, whether it's contributing to others, fulfilling a vision, or making a positive impact, we tap into a powerful source of motivation. This sense of purpose fuels perseverance, helping us overcome obstacles and setbacks. When we act in alignment with our purpose, we experience fulfillment and joy, not just in achieving our goals, but in every step of the journey.